a nice little example of finding the equation of a line that goes through these 2 points A and B. To find the equation of a line, we have to use the point-slope form equation, which is y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1, where x sub 1, y sub 1 is the coordinate of the point. Notice we have 2 of them, but we're only going to pick one. And m, of course, is the slope. Now, since we have 2 points and no slope, we're going to have to find the slope first. So over here, we're going to do change in y over change in x. So we'll subtract the y's in the top, and we'll subtract the x's in the denominator. Alright, so let's plug in the y's. I usually just go in order, so 7 and a negative 1. So 7 and a negative 1. And a negative 3 and a positive 2. Negative 3 and a positive 2. And then just simplify the expression. So let's see, this is 7 plus 1, which would be 8. And the bottom would be negative 3 minus 2, which would be negative 5. Not a very friendly slope, but we'll deal with it. Alright, so let's go back over here to our equation, and we're going to have y minus. Now it's up to us which coordinate we use. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave a lot of empty spaces here. So I'm going to choose the easier of the two. And what I mean by easier of the two is usually the smaller numbers. So I'm going to plug in the smaller numbers over here. This is y1, so we have to make sure that we're looking at the y coordinate. In this case, negative 1. And this is x sub 1, so at the same point, don't be switching points halfway through. Once you pick one coordinate out of this point, you have to choose the other one. And we're going to plug in a 2 here. And of course the slope is this negative 8/5. I'll put that out front here. Alright, and all we have to do is simplify this equation. So we're going to get y plus 1 is equal to negative 8/5 x plus 16/5. Now if you don't mind working with fractions, you can just subtract 1 across and you actually come up with your answer. I'm going to show you another way of doing it. It's using that get rid of the denominator trick. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by the common denominator of 5. And again, if you don't want to do this and you want to just use, subtract 1, perfectly fine. Some people can like fractions, some people don't. Alright, so this is going to give us this nice expression in integers. And then just solve for y. Subtract 5 across, we'll get 5y is equal to negative 8x plus 11. And then divide everybody by 5. So we're going to get y equals negative 8/5 x plus 11/5. Now, depending on textbook or how they want you to write the answer, this of course is your slope-intercept form. But some textbooks like what's called standard form. And standard form is actually obtained from here. And that's one reason I like multiplying through by the common denominator. It's much easier to get into standard form because standard form cannot have any fractions. So if we put this in standard form, which is ax plus by is equal to c, then the standard form of this equation would be add the 8x across, it'll be plus 5y, and it'll be equal to 11. And some books actually get very fussy about that first coefficient. They usually like it to be positive, so sometimes you have to multiply through by the negative 1. But that's it.